household. But it is dated, but it is also relevant.
It's relevant as hell.
You know, because some people do have really, you know, whack state of minds like that, that do have that, you know, bullshit jungle fever, you know.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, because I talked to my brother. My brother is mixed. He has a white wife. They just had a baby, and his wife keeps saying very strange things, like regarding the baby's skin color. And I'm just like,
like what?
Like, she doesn't want the baby to be too dark. Like, I showed her a picture of my brother's baby picture, and she's like, you know, impressed with how, you know, light he was at birth, even though
that makes me so sad.
Ooh,
yeah, it does make me sad. But the thing is that I had this conversation with my brother and another friend, because he was talking about, it's a black dude, saying how he liked white women because he considered them more docile, you know, easier to control. And my brother was like, I don't dated nothing but white women. Who are these white women you're talking about?
Right.
Like, who are you? And my point was, if white women are so, like, great, why do people keep divorcing them? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, just to say that there's this one kind of white chick, or this one kind of Asian, or this one kind of black woman, there's one
or
kind
one
of
kind of way
anything
men and women relate to each other.
It is outrageous, because
right.
I've had relationships with both, and they could not be more varied.
Here,
I sat across from a chick that I didn't know at the communal table at Pastis a few weeks ago, where she ran down, this bitch looked just like me. She ran down, oh, I have Irish and
I know, that's so annoying to me.
And she asked me what I was. I said, I'm an American Negro. You know what I'm saying? I'm black on black. I don't know what to tell you. Mm-hmm. It hurts me to think that you don't have anything more interesting about yourself to talk about than these other people who decide to fuck each other and eventually made you. For me, black people are a wrap. We're a wrap. We're done. We might have 2-3 more generations to go, but at the end of that, it's going to be some kind of racially ambiguous, you know, ultra race of people who, you know, claim everything but black.
Say that the black American makes you not want to have kids to procreate.
Oh, kids are awful. That's why I don't want to have kids, first and foremost. Oh, half the time I don't want to be here. Why would I bring somebody and then I have to teach them about all these things that I don't want to have to know, and I have to protect them, and I have to worry about them, and I have to clothe them, and then there's a chance they could come out like me? Bitch, please. No, ma'am.
Like, if I were to have kids with the person I'm dating, I'd have biracial kids. And there's something, I have tons of biracial friends that I love, I think are smart, are wonderful, but there is something, and I do think this is reactionary to how I grew up, but there's something about it that makes me feel like, man, I'm going to have a kid who might potentially walk around like some of these folks that Whitney's talking about, who's like proud to be like half white, and not in the sense that I think you shouldn't be proud of like who you are, but there's an additional layer to it because of the society we live in that says, well, if I have white, if I'm mixed, I'm better than. Mm-hmm. And that's and coming from somebody like me who, when I grew up in certain places, like, people who looked mixed had it easier than I did.
And if you had a child, then you would instill the not give a fuck.
I honestly don't know, which is why I take, on a human, non-political level, which is why I take a lazy approach of, I don't want to. Tiana's like, yes. I don't, like, I just don't want to deal with it right now. Like, if I have a child, if something happens and I have a child, then I will have to deal with it. I would think that my higher self would emerge, and ultimately what the higher fairy self, Tchaiko, believes is that this shit really doesn't matter. When aliens come to Earth, and for all the people that liked Octavia Butler, there's a point that she fucking had. At some motherfucking point, aliens will come, and it's not going to make a difference between if you're black, if you're gay, if you're queer. Like, the bigger scope of the universe and existence doesn't really give a fuck about what we're going through. I believe that you have multiple lives. And so even though I stress myself out getting sad about race in the news and people dying and arms being chopped off by child soldiers, like, in the grand scheme of life, like, I might come back and be a rapist.
Wait a minute, Tchaiko.
Or what?
That's why we should smoke crack at 65.
75, I know.
Oh, I did push it to 75.
I know, I'm going to be healthy because Whitney thinks she's going to die. And if she's not dead by then she wants to smoke crack and die. But at the bottom of it all...